What up, Wheatfield? What it do? Welcome back to the Wheatfield, y'all. Welcome to you. If you're new, hey, come on into the Wheatfield. Welcome to YouTube. My name is La T, and I'm a channel messenger. And I had to start my video over again because my math wasn't mathing. It wasn't. And I didn't want to look like a whole idiot on camera, so I stopped it to make sure I checked my math to make sure that what I said was right. And I was right, and so I should have just kept going and just left it. But we're back. All right. So today is September 29th, 2023. And it is supermoon energy. And I wanted to do the math of it because I wasn't for sure. Like they say, the moon is in a certain constellation, and I think that is in Libra, but I'm not really for sure. I've seen a couple different postings on where they say the position is or whatever. But I do know when we break down the date of September 29, 2023, it breaks down to 9. And that's supposed to be portal energy, right? So manifestations, and what are we manifesting? 9 is like the pinnacle energy to me. Is like getting to the top before we re-begin. Almost like wish fulfillment. It makes me think of harvesting. Think about the 9, especially in the like Tesla frequency, the 369. It's 3 times 3, or 3 3 times 3. Even 3 times 3 times 3, which is 3 cubed, right, raised to the 3rd power, equals 27, which still breaks down to 9. That is like the wonderful thing about the number 3. No matter how you slice it, it pretty much breaks down to 3. It's very interesting. I get Holy Trinity. I get high vibrational frequency. It almost feels like I'm seeing a geometric shape, and it's like a pyramid, but it's like 3. So it would be like a pyramid, and then a pyramid, and then another pyramid on top. So kind of like that, right? And in each pyramid is like 3 other pyramids, which is weird. It's kind of like 3, 6, and then 9, all at the same time that I'm seeing in my head. And I don't know if that's a thing. It is. Spirit said, like, for these shapes. And I don't even know if I could draw it the way that I see it, Ashe. Because it's definitely, it's like 3 different pyramids within one pyramid. And it's like 3 pyramids, 2 on one side. So almost like if this was a pyramid here, this was a pyramid here, and then there's a pyramid on top. It's weird, but that's what I see. Definitely feeling that 9 frequency. And so I'm feeling it. And so 9 of Cups, I feel heavy emotion. Almost like wish fulfillment, or not quite. It's like personal wish fulfillment, I feel. And then I feel personal wish fulfillment. I feel 9 of Swords energy, where it's like dealing with anxiety with reaching your personal wish fulfillment. I see 9 of Coins, and I see that related to personal wish fulfillment, because it's like single energy, but you know, working to be self-sufficient. So self-sufficiency, I feel. And then I feel those are really the big three that I feel. Coins, cups, and swords. And it's funny, it's probably it because there's another energy, but it's eluding me right now. Like I can't even call it, and I know it. I just can't even feel it. Swords, coins, cups, wands. So I don't necessarily feel lust, and maybe that's where the anxiety is coming from, because maybe you don't feel very prepared to get there. Maybe you're not really defensive or blocked in or blocked off. Maybe you're open to opportunity, but kind of anxious about how it's going to come into thee. Like, what are the options, the seeds, coins, options? I hear opportunities to bring in a wish fulfillment. I feel like it's really heavy on somebody though. Like, the fact of you trying to get to wish fulfillment is that I don't feel 9 of wands, I feel 10. Like the burdens of it, like problems carrying a lot of weight. And it could be because like 9 is so close to the pentacle, to the top, to the ending or the beginning of a new track to another level, that the climb gets really steep. You think about the top of a pyramid, right? The closer you get to the pinnacle, like you see it gets steeper and steeper the higher we climb. And even when we look at, of course, if you were to look at numbers going from 1 to 10, you know, 10 is just another level. It's 1 with a 0. So it's not another. It's only one set of numbers, 1 through 9, or 0 to 9, because there's a space between 0 and 1. So the track between 0 and 1 must be counted. So 0.1 and up till you get to 1. And then from 1 to 9. And then when you get to that space between 9 and 10, I feel like it's like something in there that makes you really dig in. And I feel like somebody is right there in that space between 9 and 10, Ashe. Like you are like 9.999. And you're like feeling that heaviness, like to get to the ending, to persevere to it. Almost it's like that place where you almost want to quit, but you don't. It's like because you could feel it that you are so close that it's like too soon to quit. Like if I just dig in, you see my fist balled up, like the fight, like it's something in you that just makes you want to fight, to hold on and to fight. And I don't know, maybe that's where it's that 10 of wands with the 9 of swords. It kind of puts you in a position to fight, to press forward, to dig in. I almost feel like somebody's hands is dug in the soil, like you are holding on to the ground, like you could literally claw into the ground to like just pull yourself up. I feel knees in the ground. I feel toes deep. When they say 10 toes deep, like you are there with it. We 918 on the phone when I said that. That's 918, which is 9.9, which is at 9.99 I was feeling. I was feeling earlier the book of the Adi Gunath, but when I asked Spirit if we were going to pull it, Spirit says no. It brought me to this one. And it immediately caught me because anytime I see the word apocalyptic, I think about the 9th hour or the 13th hour, you know. But, and I opened up to a place where my pen was, and I have the word, 2 words, priesthood written in here. And it says, I have a part that's underlined, it says, a ruler shall not fail. A ruler from Judah, and this is from Genesis 49:10. Then Daniel says in his prophecy, and after 7 and 62 weeks, anointing will be destroyed. This is referencing Daniel 26-27. It is of particular interest that from this point in Eusebius' canons, illegitimate high priest who abrogated Mosaic law and ruled at the pleasure of Herod and Rome were relegated by Eusebius to the film of secular history. In their place, Eusebius substitutes the apostles and the the bloodline succession list of early Jerusalem episcopacy. In Eusebius' view, the legitimate successors to the ideal line of the post-exilic high priesthood. What is that saying? Spirits say the wrong bloodline has been recorded. For Eusebius, the book of Daniel, or the testimony of Daniel, or the telling of Daniel, is like a word that's in a different language. I don't know, but the Spirit is kind of giving me the feeling of the testimony or the record of Daniel that's in 9:25 was not an individual, but rather a catalog of high priests. Understood in this way, Daniel's apocalypse of 70 weeks, mediated through a tradition of Jewish, don't say that word, of Jewish interpretation, was the theological foundation for the idea that the temporal and bloodline succession of post-exilic high priests formed a legitimate link between the Old Testament history and the advent of Christ and the church. So it's something wrong with the bloodline that was recorded, is what this book is saying. This person, Eusebius Canons, says that it was an illegitimate high priest who abrogated Mosaic law and ruled at the pleasure of Herod and Rome, and were relegated by Eusebius to the film of secular history. In their place, Eusebius substitutes the apostles and the bloodline succession list of early Jerusalem episcopacy. In Eusebius' view, the legitimate successors to the ideal line of the post-exilic high priesthood. That is a mouthful. Some of which I would actually have to look up to make sure that I'm interpreting it right. Spirit of the Most High God, the eternal Lord of all creation, please reveal unto me. I'm here as secular history is not correct, and it's 3 versions distorted. It took me to Hippolytus' segmentation of the 70-year weeks. 70-year weeks. And that's what I was just talking about. And after 7 and 62 weeks, anointing will be destroyed. It says, understood in this way, Daniel's apocalypse of 70 weeks, mediated through a tradition of Jewish interpretation, was a theological foundation. And then it took me over to Hippolytus' segmentation of the 70-year weeks. I know you guys might be like, what the heck is she talking about? But hang on in there with me. The Spirit is bringing something and I'm not quite sure what it is. Shortly after the pyramid, don't read that. Start from where? In his fragmentarily preserved commentary on Daniel, even while citing Theodontic Daniel, Hippolytus, like Clement before him, strictly divided the first 7 weeks from the following 62, reasoning that Daniel must have experienced a vision in the 21st year of the captivity. Then Hippolytus then construes the 49 years as the time remaining to complete the 70 years of captivity spoken of by Jeremiah. As Hippolytus recognizes, this chronology required a non-messianic identification of the telling of version 25. Until the anointed one, the prince, Hippolytus writes, shall be 7 weeks, which makes 49 years. Now of what anointed one does he speak? Other than Jeshua, the son of Jozadak, who returned with his people, and in the 70th year, with the rebuilding of the temple, brought an offering according to the law. Evidently dissatisfied with his own non-messianic reading of version 25 or verse 25, Hippolytus then attempts to Christianize the account by casting Jeshua as a prefigurement of Jesus, the perfect Messiah and high priest. Here one may assume that Hippolytus, like Clement before him, has drawn upon an older Jewish exegetical tradition about the Testament, infusing it through typology with messianic content. From the fragments of his commentary that survive, it is difficult to ascertain the sources of Hippolytus' interpretation or its relationship with Clement, nor can we know how Hippolytus managed to make the 62 weeks, which is 434 years, fill up the entire period from the restoration to Christ's advent. Indeed, Jerome later complained that by his own reckoning, the period from Cyrus to Christ's advent exceeded 434 years by 126 years. However, another representation of the same tradition, Eusebius of Caesarea, provides a much clearer answer to this question. So, it goes into another interpretation of Daniel's vision of the apocalypse, which is really told in Revelations, right? And it's saying to me, what I'm getting from this is that this guy Hippolytus, which is a Christian chronicler, right, he's kind of going through Revelations and looking at the time and also looking at the events and aligning it up to other historical references and looking at the testimony given and saying that the time in the bloodline that was given is off. And he's making reference not only to a specific priesthood that was relative to Herod and Rome. And the thing that's catching me is the numbers. So it's saying that the period from Cyrus to Christ's advent exceeded 434 years, which would be the 62 weeks, by 126 years. And it caught me that 126 years, or the numbers 126, break down to the number 9. I feel something here. What is it, Spirit? I'm hearing it's that bloodline. It's the bloodline. It's something wrong with how the bloodline is recorded. And I'm stuck on Archangel Michael, and I'm seeing the sword of truth. We talk all the time about us going into the age of Aquarius and the fact that the time is shifting, things are shifting. I'm feeling the number 9 and the energy of 9 and that frequency in terms of ending and getting ready to go into a new beginning. And we know that when we get to 9, like I just mentioned, that there's a space between 9 and 10. There's a progression still that's happening. I hear progression, I hear procession, I hear procession of the equinoxes. And that things are still turning and things are still aligning. I hear that there's some distortion in the time frame of the apocalypse, and is that right? And in how it's foretold in the book of Revelations. I hear that the bloodline that they recounted is also distorted and is off. Right. So I'm being pointed over to the alpha, which is the mother energy. And it's always been brought to me from the spirit that that was always wrong. It was not, because we have the accounting of Joseph's lineage, but it should not be Joseph's lineage. It should be Mary's lineage, or what her name was. I'm not for sure if her name was Mary or not, but we know her as Mary, or the Black Madonna, more accurately. And it's something about, again, I keep hearing, it's that bloodline. Like, it's something heavy in that. And I always questioned, why did they tell us Joseph's bloodline instead of Mary's? I know this is really weird. It's 2334 on the phone. It's like change and introspection. Something with looking deeper and changing how we look at it, right? From an in-depth view to go deep inside of this thing. And no, I can't tell you that I completely grasp everything that I read, but I can tell you that it's hitting my spirit in such a way that says that there's definitely something wrong with that priesthood, because they spoke of, and what did it say, an illegitimate high priest. Yeah. And the way that they explained the bloodline was wrong. I feel like, again, it's something hidden, because we've always thought that and have been told, revealed onto us, that Mary is the one that carried the gift. Mary is the one that carried the messenger. We always talk about how there are 2 examples of marriages and unions. Well, not 2, but 2 main ones that we reference. And the one is karmic, and the other one is healthy, I would say, or divine. The karmic relationship that we talk about is Adam and Eve, right? The one that we consider divine is Mary and Joseph. Mary and Joseph coming together for a divine purpose to birth the messenger, to bring the messenger into the plane, and the messenger has a work to do, to bring forth the word, to remind the lost of the word. And if you're still with me, thank you. 2527 on the phone. So, the Spirit of the Lord spoke to Mary, said you're going to be with child without having known a man, an immaculate conception. And spoke to Joseph and said, you're going to marry this woman and she's going to be with child even though you haven't known her. This is a child from the Lord, right? So Joseph essentially was Mary's caretaker. He was her protector as she gone through the heavy work of bearing and delivering the messenger. Now, of course, Joseph had not known Mary, so the messenger was not of Joseph's bloodline. He wasn't. This is common knowledge, not nothing new, but we accept the fact that when we read the text, it talks about Joseph's bloodline. It does not talk about Mary's bloodline. You can go through any one of, whether it's Luke or Matthew or John or whoever talks about the bloodline in chronological order going all the way back. It is not Mary's bloodline. And that's what's catching me about this whole thing. Not only is it something with the chronological accounting that's off, but there's also something off with the bloodline. And that's what Spirit said. Because of this specific priesthood, an illegitimate priesthood. We always talk about the distortion in the text, which is why we have so many competing texts. Now, I'm not going to say that I understand everything that was read, because when I tell you it's a language in here that I don't know. You know, I can only interpret based on what the Spirit is telling me that means. And it sounds like testimony. The testimony of Daniel in 9:25. And it was not representing an individual, but rather a catalog of high priests. Yeah. It's definitely saying that the bloodline succession was not right. It wasn't. Which is supported by the fact that they told us about Joseph's bloodline, and we know that Joseph is not he didn't seed Mary for the messenger. He didn't. The messenger was immaculate birth, conception. And that would come from Mary's bloodline. Mary in the Most High, the angel, the Spirit of the Most High God that gave her that seed. And we don't know about that. And I have a Gnostic gospel that kind of goes into some other stuff. But I'm not being called to that right now. Let's pull some cards on this. Do you want the book? Do you want the cards? Yeah. I'm being brought back here to angel prayers. 2852. If you guys are still here with me, thank you so much for hanging in there. If you like the content and you're interested, go ahead and subscribe. Press that like button, thumbs up. Give me your energy. Leave me your comments. It's all for discussion. This is not a place where we are religious. We are not. We are spiritual. And we get everything from the Spirit. So these are not my own thoughts that I'm bringing you. This is what I'm getting from the Spirit. It is. It is inspiration divinely inspired by the Most High God. The Divine Physician. Archangel Raphael. Thank you, Raphael, for shining your divine light upon my healthy body. Somebody isn't healthy. Somebody's ill. Somebody's sick. We're going to see how this relates. It's something that's relative to what we read in terms of apocalypse, in terms of the number 9, in terms of strife and worry and anxiety, reaching wish fulfillment, and having to do it alone. 9 of coins, 9 of pentacles, single energy, concerned, worry. Something is not healthy. Do you want this card? Speak your truth is here. This card has definitely been coming out. This thing came out 3 times. This is the 3rd time I've seen this card. Again, the divine physician. Somebody is sick and they need to speak their truth about it. The miracle of nature. Thank you, angels, for helping me reconnect with nature and fresh air. But I feel something different, not nature, fresh air. I feel the ability to conceive without help. Now, there is a thing that, we know in nature, miraculous births happen all the time. Well, they can happen. So, like, this is not for play. It's not for play. It is not just entertainment. That animals like frogs in a single sex environment can change sex. They can. Like, because life will find a way. It shall. It is known that women can conceive. You can become pregnant without a man. It has happened. It can happen. We're not in that place in this day. We're not, because sperm is available. So the body doesn't do it. But is it possible? Yes. Yes, it is. You are protected, and it's upside down. So somebody needs some protection. And I mentioned Archangel Michael here with the Sword of Truth, and I see your protection is not, somebody's not covered. Somebody's not healthy. Somebody needs to speak their truth, or somebody is speaking their truth and they're not protected. Thank you, Michael, for surrounding me with your protective light. Somebody is not protected. Somebody needs protection. Give me more. Is it here? No. Count your blessings is here. Help me, Spirit. How did this all come together? I definitely feel like it's a whole bunch of chopped ingredients right now, and I have no idea what we're cooking up. I just don't. This is my deck of major arcanas. We see judgment and the wheel of fortune, and that's pretty much like what we were feeling. Revelation, the end time, and not saying that the time is now. I'm saying that we're in the space leading up to the end of the cycle. Of course, not just the cycle of moving from Pisces to Aquarius, not that. I feel a much bigger cycle. Again, like I said, precession of the equinoxes. It's something else. Hierophant is here. I see Hierophant there. I see Empress as well. I feel Black Madonna. I feel a Tower. It's close. Devil energy. Injustice. A balancing. Look, justice. The other Tower is here. Anything else in this, beloved? No. There's a delay. Look, I split on both Hangman. There's a delay. There's a space between where we are and where we're going. Again, that space between 9 and 10. So we're at 9.9, which is what I was reading. 9.9. It's different from what we've been told. I'm seeing the Hierophant here. It's something on the other side, like in the reverse. Personal beliefs, freedoms, going against tradition, unconventional, unorthodox, foolish, generosity, frailty, hypocrisy, blind faith, hypocrisy and blind faith. And it is kind of like blind faith for us to take the text in that way and without study. 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands. Didn't I say that? When I was writing it down, I wrote the 3, the 9 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, and the 9 of Coins. And I said I was missing one in my head. It was completely blank, like I couldn't even see it. I could feel the energy of like the burdens, the 10, the sorrow, I hear the word curses, right? Trials and tribulations, but I couldn't feel the other one. At first I couldn't even remember what the other energy was. Like feeling unprepared, I think is what I said. And yes, 9 of Wands. Courage, persistence. I see tired, resilience, a test of faith, boundaries, the last stop, preparing for the worst, defensiveness and pessimism. Yes, pessimism definitely hit my energy. I feel last stop. I feel test of faith. Hangman. And we pulled out the Hangman. Whoa. Whoa. We pulled out the Hangman. So if y'all still with me, please, Empress energy. See, they told us the wrong bloodline. It's that bloodline. It's that bloodline. Page of Wands, the message. Inspiration, ideas, discovery, limitless potential, free spirit, exploration, news, messages, information. News, messages, information. They told us the wrong bloodline. They did. An illegitimate priesthood. An illegitimate priesthood. 5 of Pentacles. They left some shit out. It causes, I definitely see financial loss here. But the sun, illumination, shit is coming to light. It is. Rebirth. All is well. It's not. It's not all is well. It's not. Heartache. Like I said, I felt the 10 of Wands. Burdens. Heartache. Strife. Yes. Trials and tribulations. I see 7 of Wands. Protection. And we saw somebody needing protection. Judgment. Judgment. I hear judgment for the distortment. We see the look. 10 of Swords. Star. Knight of Wands. 5 of Swords. The Magician. Justice. And the Page of Pentacles. I see the Spirit talking about the betrayal. A painful ending. Wounds that run deep. I feel Knight of Wands, impulsive energy. I feel inspired action by a false priesthood. 5 of Swords, something that caused people who wanted to win at all costs. Very sneaky in abuse of power. Magician, I feel Power, I see creativity is what I'm being pointed to. Justice, I'm pointing to the word law. Page of Pentacles, I see news and information, a distortment of the law. It's a distorted, the news was distorted, the message was distorted. It was, I hear tainted, illegitimate priests, false news, fake news. I hear demagoguery, this, false news, fake news, demagoguery. This, Knight of Swords, anger, fast thinking. I see motivated for success, but then I also see seeking truth. Who's seeking truth? Yes, I am seeking truth. Those who seek truth. Those who seek truth. 10 of Wands, I told you. I felt 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands, burdens. Extra heavy burdens. Overloaded. Carrying too much stress. Going on and on and on. But there is an end in sight. It shall be completed. It's almost over. The curses will be lifted. They will. Because there's a lot of people that are seeking truth. 6 of Cups. What was old, I hear shall be made new. I do. I see it. Do you want it now? No. Should I get the box out so I don't forget? Yes. 2 of Wands. Yeah. It's a plan. It's something going on. Something coming. I feel it. You want that too? We got star seed. This isn't the right one. This. Do you want this too? This one, not now. This one. Do you want that one? No. Okay. Look. 2 of Wands right out the box. 2 of Wands. Planning, partnering, progress. I feel like the wheel is moving forward, like time progressing, like we're moving forward into another cycle. Yes. Do you want this now? This one. I see 8 of Cups, 10 of Cups. We see spiritual journey, Page of Wands. The message is back out. The message is back out. Anything else? No, beloved. Thank you. Do you want to talk about that? Okay. Yes. Put your energy in these cards. We see the release, the rising of the phoenix. And what did I say? The end, endings, transformation, freedom. This one. Page of Water. New beginning, a new offering, something. Intuition, I feel balance, justice. the balancing. Is it in here? All of them. The Magician. Manifestation and power, preparedness. Preparedness. The Lovers. I hear a divine relationship. Almost like Mary and Joseph. Divine relationship. Somebody is going to birth somebody or something, a message. They're going to come together to do a work to bring a message. News. There's a plan. I feel this right here is the Most High, the Magician, that which we can use all things. We see Seven of Fire, protection. That's here. We see Queen of Earth. We see the Five of Pentacles, loss. Loss of Ace of Waters, the Three of Fire. The vision is in reverse, it's distorted. Or whatever that they wanted to come in is not coming in. We see the Nine of Fire, that's the Nine of Wands. We see the Nine of Air. We talked about that. Anxiety, negativity, attempting to reach wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups, but not for sure how it's going to come in. Worried about it. We saw the Four of Air, healing. Three of Air, heartache. And I saw this in the other deck. The Sun is here. Illumination. And we also see that Empress. Somebody is going to be illuminated. King of Fire, that's like the King of Wands. I'm feeling something extremely spiritual here. Extremely spiritual. Again, supermoon energy, the energy of 9. And again, it's something in that space. I feel 9.999. Queen of Fire. Seven of Air. That's Seven of Swords. Be aware of something. Caution. Lies. Deceit. I can't get away from this Mother Empress with the baby. And that's what we were talking about. Mary. With the rabbit is birthing, it's fertility. King of Fire is here. There's somebody coming in, somebody highly skilled. Two of Earth, balancing, to bring back a balance, to restore balance. 10 of Earth, this is 10 of Pentacles, legacy. I feel kingdom energy, and the truth. And that's what I was saying. I kept seeing Archangel Michael with the sword of truth here. You can see he's got that sword in his hand. 8 of Earth, something being worked on. It's something being created. Something that's being done with the Ace of Wands. Something highly spiritual. Queen of Wands. It's a divine union getting ready to come in with the 8 of Fire. Motion, energy. 9 of Fire. 9 of Wands. Be prepared. Preparedness. Resistance. Preparedness, I feel. Protection. There's protection for this Empress coming in, this divine union. Not only is this divine union getting ready to come together, but they have a very spiritual work, a very deep spiritual work. something that has to do with the transition from one cycle to the next on a spiritual, cosmic level. An opportunity. Abundance. I mean, Seven of water. Choices. But it's gonna, this 444. I see 444. Y'all see that? If this message resonates with you in any kind of way, look up the angel number 444. Do you want it? I have to get a text. I'll be right back. Ace of water. This is true. King of air is right after that. This is true. This is highly spiritual, a pour out of spiritual knowledge, and not just intuition, but it is, I can only say, a spiritual message, like being used as a vessel to give the message. There's a spiritual relationship that's coming. Ace of water is very spiritual. Spiritual gifts, intuition, but that relationship is what I'm picking up on. We saw a King of Wands and a Queen of Wands. That right there, they both are highly spiritual. The wand itself is a spiritual tool. And I'm picking up, again, I'm seeing Moses, something that is used to carry people forward, like a spiritual demonstration. And with this Empress energy, I feel like birthing something that's very spiritual in nature. And I'm not, you can take it for however you want to take it. And I'm not saying it's in this moment now, but I feel like it's a foretelling of something that is to come. I got to get this text. I'll be right back. Give me your grace. Thank you so much. Give me your grace. Your grace, please. I'm missing my text. I am not seeing it. Most High God, if I am to bring this portion of the message okay. Yep, thank you. This one and this one. Oops. This one. So remember when I was telling you I felt like I could see a pyramid with other pyramids, and it almost kind of reminded me of this geometric shape, like how it's a pyramid, but it's like pyramids in the inside of there. So this book also explains angel numbers. So if you want to get this book, you can. I got it off of Amazon. It didn't cost very much. I'm looking for, it's a certain page. See, this brought me to a page where it say books such as Doreen Virtue's Angel Numbers 101, the meaning of 111, 123, 444, and other number sequences in 2008. Kyle Gray's angel numbers, the message and the meaning behind 1111 and other number sequences. There is further huh. I think I'm here. I think I'm close. Yeah. 4. This number represents someone who characterizes stability and solidity. If 4 is your life path number, you are grounded, reliable, and honest, and you are able to invite others to challenge their existing perceptions using new and different approaches. As a born planner, you are practical and objective, which makes you simultaneously vulnerable to the unpredictability of life. Furthermore, when faced with sudden changes and unexpected circumstances, you may find yourself responding with inflexibility and stubbornness. 4 means foundations and hard work, and when it's triplicated or it's double, it's in a repeated sequence, it magnifies. So I'm feeling almost like a third foundation. I'm being brought to this passage where it says, Chaldeans believe we all have an inescapable destiny, and that the destiny of every individual is determined by their particular frequencies of their life path number. The purpose of a life path number is to give us certain insights into who we are and what lessons we are destined to learn while on earth. In addition, life path numbers can also help us understand those around us. In order to calculate a life path number, the numbers of an individual's birthday are added together and reduced to a single number. The Council of the Seven Lights. See? It took me to a certain geological shape. Look at this shape. And it's pointing me here to the number 30. 30 degrees and 10 degrees, 40 total. Something about this positive pole corona. I feel like it's changing. The pole is moving. Look, Spirit took me here to this pole and said that it's shifted. It's shifting. Remember I said that I feel something big, something cosmic, something grand, like a shift, a change, something grand. That's exactly what I just got brought to. And it just literally shifted. It shifted. Like it's changing, like the dial has changed. Or it's going to. Look, the sun, governor of our solar system. And it pulled out the sun twice here. The orientation, I think of, again, we're talking about the precession of the equinoxes. So if you're not really into that, but I feel like it's bigger because our whole universe turns kind of like a dial, right? Like as we are orbiting, like Earth orbits the sun moves through the sun signs, but the signs themselves, the galaxy itself orbits, it moves, and there's a system, a movement called precession of the equinoxes, and it tracks that change, the orientation itself, and I keep feeling the movement, and I also feel something that affects the poles here again. That pole is changing, is moving. Wow. Is that what you want to read? Where? When scientists discovers at the core of the when scientists discover that the core of the pole in please show me. When scientists discovers that the core of the pole, that the body of the sun is also square. It says they can be brought into polarity, however, by exposure to light. It says discharges of secondary magnetic or electrostatic force released into the actic sphere and the photosphere by the rotating corners of the square core body. These discharges are magnetic exhaust effects common to any body in motion. The sunspots are apparent in the 10 degree to 30 degree, 40 degrees total, north and south latitudes on the sun to our vision. The sunspots are exhausted when discharged. Polarized matter is neutralized in the photosphere or the actic sphere. So the actic sphere is something about that layer of space, because we see the chromosphere, the actic sphere, and the photosphere, and it's some sort of change or rotation, and they all are rotating in the opposite direction. Like one sphere is going this way, another sphere is going this way, and another sphere is going this way, and another sphere is going this way, like all the way up. Is there something else that we can say? The negative pole is the transition of the poles. The poles are turning. One pole, they're both shifting in a sense. The positive pole is moving this way and the negative pole is moving this way. So I feel like it's going to turn. And it's going to turn 40 degrees. 40 degrees. Anything else in here? No. Anything else in here? No. How many layers are turning? 3. Is that why we see 4, 4, 4? Chromosphere, active sphere, and photosphere, all rotating in opposite directions by 40 degrees. And somehow that's going to affect polarity. Starseed. Do you want the book? Cards? No, put the cards back. Thank you guys so much. We're an hour and 5 minutes in, 103.59 on the phone. If you are still with me, thank you so much for hanging out. If you're interested in these types of readings, please do hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share. Just following the spirit and how it's taken me through this. We see starseed soul inquiry. How can you surrender more deeply to the intelligent flow of life? Child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. child of the cosmos is coming, a star seed. It is going to be a union between two people who are called to birth a specific star seed. And there's an alignment that is coming. King of air, that's truth. Is this king of air good? No. Toxic energy. Somebody who knows, like an I feel something with politics. I'm hearing political figure. A plan. Some sort of plan. I feel politics. Again, page of fire, message. Message. We see hermit from the spirit. And we see left out. We see the queen of air. And then we're right back to the nine of air with the tower. I feel like it's a political couple or pairing of people that know. Three of water. Yep. Yeah, they know. Awakening. And they don't want this to come about. Ten of water. I feel ultimate happiness, this blessing to come in like an ultimate blessing. The star is in reverse. Eight of water is in reverse. I hear the word elite. Wow, this is getting deep, y'all. There's a mysterious force that governs all of life. An intelligence that tells the flowers when to bloom, when and the tides and seasons when to come and go. This intelligence is telling the universe how to shift this change. 444, that rotation, that precession that's happening. I feel 40 degrees, 444. It is aligning a certain timing. I feel like a gateway, again, a portal, something that is going to open, that's going to allow this plan to come together. Whatever has been held up and on pause will break free. And it is a grand plan, and I feel like there's others that know about it. Again, I'm going back to that illegitimate priesthood, something that's been held in secret, something that has been held to control and for power. And look, right here, I got called to the Help Tarot deck, and look what's up here. Nine of Wands. And it's a woman that's like like she's defending herself. Almost being like hunted by others. Look, men in the background hunting this woman who needs protection. Look, protection. Needing protection. That's this woman. That's why Joseph was assigned to Mary, to protect her, because she was going to birth the messenger. But they lied about the bloodline. They told us Joseph's bloodline and not Mary's. That intelligence is with you too. It was there before you drew your first breath, and it will be there well beyond your last. It is part of you that informed every cell what to do when you were in your mother's womb. It's harder to resist this force than it is to surrender to it, because Earth is a planet of polarity and free will. Earth is a planet of polarity and free will. It is easy to forget that this intelligence exists within us. So often we become disconnected from this pulse of life and fall into the pattern of believing that we're separate, or feeling that we need to go at it alone. We can feel isolated, hermit. We can feel isolated as if we need to figure things out for ourselves, to rely on our own strength. You are being called to remember the intelligence that's within each and every one of your cells. To remember that you are a precious child of a loving, gentle universe, the Most High God, the Alpha and the Omega. Yes, that you have access to all of the intelligence, wisdom, strength, flow, and qualities that ever were, are, or will be. And to remember that if flowers know exactly when and how to bloom, then you do too. The same way that the systems, our universe knows how to rotate and to change when the Most High God designs it to be, something is going to be opened up. And I feel that something or someone is going to happen or to awaken, the great awakening. I feel like the Most High God is looking down upon us, and that something is going to come down to help remind us of who we are. Spiritual beings. Children of the evil will perish. Children of the stars will rise. Ascension. Right before your eye. I feel like somebody's going to take a bow and they're going to have an arrow and they're going to line it up to an enemy and strike a, when they release it, it's going to go forward and strike so hard, straight to the heart. I hear of the evil one. 112:31. Restoration. Strength. Thank you guys so much for joining me here on the Tears of We Tarot show. We show enough, never know what you're going to get. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Thank you for the reading of your words. Ace of Waters. I hear a spiritual outpour, a spiritual gift, another coming. Stop controlling. Spiritual warfare is ending. Battles, battles, numerous battles equal ever lasting, everlasting, everlasting. Time. So it's not now. I hear 70 years too soon. I feel centuries down the line from now, yesterday, from this telling, from that telling. So it's definitely not soon. It's not. Yeah, Daniel. I see Danielle Noel, but it pointed to Daniel. What they said is coming, but it's not now. It is far down and reaching out to tell me something about it now, like prepare now. To prepare now. It's something about what's happening now. I hear this shift. I hear this. I hear fool the world. I hear through worship. I hear fallen ones. Something with politicians. I hear priesthood. Secret covens. Follow your spirit. Wise counselor. Belongings, learning. I hear traditions, but there's something to be released. Endings. Transformation. Freedom. Be mindful of what cup you drink out of. The cycle, progress, change. Be mindful of the cup you drink out of. Be mindful. Don't accept a cup, I hear. Don't accept a cup. Distraction. 9 of Wands, protection. Devil energy. Judgment. 11707 read. Judgment for the star seeds. Judgment for the children of the evil ones. Judgment is coming for everyone. I hear judgment, tower moments. I feel Empress. I hear second coming. I hear second coming has come. Second coming has come. Anything else, beloved? No. This is your girl Vati here at Tears Away to our show. Again, loving you like I love me, like I love the Alpha and Omega that has called and decreed me to be, to come and speak this word that's placed the infinite intelligence inside of you, moving on the breath of life, bringing all things together in divine timing and synchronicity. I do not anticipate that everybody will be down with the message that I gave today. They just will not. Many will not resonate. Many will not believe. And that's okay, because the fallen ones have come to deceive. We see that they changed the bloodlines and they gave us something that was not necessarily all the way accurate, whether it was chronological, whether it was denial of fact. We can read in the text itself and see that the messenger was not of Joseph's lineage, of his bloodline, but we accept that telling. I hear blindly, blind faith. I don't mean to offend, I'm just only saying what I'm being told. And I'm being obedient and trying to speak truthfully. Again, if you're seeking truth, then you will read the text for yourself. I give in the books, you guys can find them and you can study it. I don't proclaim to know and understand all of it. I can only again give you what I'm being given. And I trust my gift. and I believe it. To the next 99. This one. Stop worrying over them believing you. Many must learn on their own what you say is true. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.